Welcome to Prosperity Radio, located on the web at prosperityradio.com, the show that brings you the secrets of prosperity straight from the experts. I'm your host, Bryan Harris, and I am pleased that you're able to join us today. And I am excited because today's guest on Prosperity Radio is the lovely and talented Lilou Mace. Lilou's mission and vision is to empower millions of people to have joyful and fulfilled lives. Lilou's mission is to transform media, as in websites, newspaper, TV, and magazines, so they become positive and empowering sources of information and inspiration. Lilou's intention is to host a leading, inspiring, and juicy international television show. She's also the co-founder of the 100-Day Reality Challenge and participates actively inside the community and on YouTube. Lilou is also a speaker, coach, and empowering force on the internet. Lilou, welcome to Prosperity Radio.
Thank you, Ryan. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How is London on this beautiful morning?
It's great, but it's sunny.
Nice. I'll mention for our listeners that it is 1:30 in the morning here in San Diego and almost 8:30 there in London. So we are on two completely different schedules, but I'm glad we managed to connect.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Well, for the benefit of listeners, why don't we discuss a little bit of your background? Maybe
Sure.
just, sort of your where you're born and raised briefly. Maybe tell us a little bit about your career path. And, I know you've gone through several careers, right?
Yes. I was born originally in the United States in Santa Barbara, but both of my parents are French. They had a French restaurant there. So I lived there my first 2 years, and then we moved to France, where I grew up, and continued my studies in England, and then moved to the US basically right after I graduated and started my career in online marketing and website design back in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, which was purely a coincidence because I was working for a tour operator at the time. And then 9/11 came along. All my commissions, I lost all my commissions, and my hours were reduced. And then I decided to start a company at that point. And I was 23 years old, and decided to start a email marketing website design company, not having studied that really. I did European business studies. Right. And that brought me to really, be self-employed for 8 years in the U.S. I stayed in Miami for 6, and then another 2 in Chicago. Then in Chicago, I met Oprah Winfrey through applying the law of attraction, which I'm a dear fan of.
Yeah, well, let's come back around to that because I know meeting Oprah's got to be a great experience, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet.
Life changing.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Okay, so and then from Chicago you went to.
And then I recently, back in July, got a job offer back in London. And since I'm originally, from France, my parents live in France, I wanted to be closer to my family. So I moved and accepted that position in end of July and moved back here. So that's been 6 months now, 7 months.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got back from France, right? Weren't you just there over the last couple of days?
Yes, that's wonderful. It's about an hour and a half flight. So I just go and visit my mom and my parents and grandmother, just a quick flight away, and London is so great for that. It's got such a great energy, and then it's such a hub for travelers. I love to travel, so I flew there and have a wonderful 4 or 5 days relaxing, walking on the beach and enjoying the countryside.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Cool. Well, thanks for bringing us up to speed. Normally, I start out and asking folks, since this is Prosperity Radio after all, my first question normally is, what does prosperity mean to you? But you don't get that question. I'm changing it up a little bit. Your theme that pervades everything that you do and touch is this, excitement and energy and zest for living in general. And I know you love the term a juicy life.
Yes.
So my question to you is what does that mean to you? What is a juicy life?
For me, a juicy life is a life of passion and purpose. I see life as, this amazing force and like an orange, that you can squeeze and it's got so much juice and goodness to it. And I just see it like that, and you can be as juicy as you want it to. I create a context. I declare that life is juicy and therefore it shows up as juicy. What's not juicy, I rule it out, and it's just amazing. Yeah, I love that term. It really just brings my energy to a whole other level when I refer to life like that.
Yeah, you're probably in the top 1% of 1% of people on the planet, because most people just either don't have the luxury, I don't know if that's the right word, but just haven't energetically gotten themselves to a place in life where they really approach it that way.
And
But
it's
you
a free
have.
luxury. It's a free luxury. It's up to us to create that.
Good point. That's
Yeah.
true. Doesn't cost anything to live a juicy life, right?
No, it doesn't. It just takes it's just a matter of declaring it and wanting it for yourself and being the inquiry. And that's one of the things that really helps me to live a juicy life, I have to say, is the community that I started back in 2005 for people wanting to apply the law of attraction. Now, communities like that, there's many of them out there, and I think it's very important to find the support that you need so that you can fully live that juicy life or live your dream, whatever it is for you that is juicy. You can find that out there these days, and frankly, you won't be able to do that on your own. That's true.
Good point. Well, let's talk about that then for a minute, since you brought it up, and then we'll bring it around to talk about the community that you've created. You are one of the co-creators of the 100-Day Reality Challenge, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Which is a very popular, I guess, personal challenge or personal development program. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, in 2005, let me backtrack. Since 2000, since 9/11, really, I've been doing some development seminars, and that's where I met Laura Duxter, a wonderful woman that was going through a transition during that class. She used to be a bartender in South Beach and now became a self-published author of a book, very well-known children's book called I Love You More. And we met there in the seminar, and then we kind of saw each other in other seminars, and we said, how wonderful would it be to practice all those things that we learn in